Item Number SCP-225. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-225-1 is contained at Site-65 for study and experimentation. No guards are necessary for the object itself, as theft is impossible, and the object is harmless for the moment. Ongoing tests are to be made to find a way to eliminate SCP-225-1, or at least to find a way to move it from its position in a controllable fashion. SCP-225-2 is as yet uncontainable and should be monitored as best as possible as it travels, with constant updates as to its current position, speed, and trajectory, along with projections as to its estimated position for the next 50 years. As of this writing, SCP-225 poses no immediate threat. However, in the event that a collision course with SCP-225-1 is detected, SCP-225 is to be immediately upgraded to Keter, and every effort must be made to find a way to alter SCP-225-1 or SCP-225-2 from their courses. All Foundation resources are to be made available for this objective should a collision ever become probable. Planetary evacuation plans are to be drawn up as a precaution, as are revised containment procedures for Keter-level items whose containment, being compromised by data expunged, would not also result in the item's imminent destruction. Description: SCP-225-1 and SCP-225-2 are shiny gray metallic spheres of unknown origin and composition, each with a diameter of 0.681 meters. SCP-225-1 appears stable and motionless, but is in fact moving in a geosynchronous path above Earth at the exact speed of Earth's rotation, maintaining its relative position at all times. Gravity, magnetism, and all other forces tested have had no effect upon it. It maintains position approximately 7.3 meters above the surface. No amount of force brought to bear on it in any direction has any effect upon its position. All tools and weaponry tested have no effect upon it physically. SCP-225-2 follows a path around the Sun that is nearly synchronous with Earth's. It does not orbit Earth. Instead, Earth rotates beneath it, giving the illusion that SCP-225-2 is traveling around the planet at velocities usually ranging from 1,600 to 2,000 kilometers per hour, depending on its current relative altitude. SCP-225-2 does not technically orbit the Sun either. It appears to move under its own power via unknown means, and its course has not been entirely predictable. Differences between SCP-225-2's path and Earth's orbit cause the planet to move closer to or further away from SCP-225-2, though this movement has stayed within a surprisingly small range of variance. Since SCP-225-2 was first observed in, its relative altitude has never dropped below 10 kilometers, generally staying between kilometers and kilometers above the Earth's surface. However, it has moved as far away as data expunged, which resulted in a temporary loss of contact in. Contact was re-established following the lunar impact incident. Like SCP-225-1, no force or weaponry brought to bear upon SCP-225-2 has had any effect. Testing is significantly more difficult, time-consuming, and resource-intensive due to the variation in SCP-225-2's relative position. To summarize, no effort to move or damage SCP-225-1 has had any effect, and similarly, no effort to stop or damage SCP-225-2 has been successful. SCP-225-2 destructively passes through any object in its path without pause or pushes it aside, regardless of the object's composition. SCP-225-1 remains unaffected by any amount of force applied in any direction. While individually, each object does not yet pose a major threat, the potential for catastrophe arises if SCP-225-1 and SCP-225-2 were ever to collide. Projections based on the estimated amount of material contained between the two objects, approximately 0.33 cubic meters and approximately 2,600 kilograms, indicate that if the objects were to annihilate each other, they would release at a minimum the power equivalent to a gigaton nuclear explosion. This number could be much higher, depending on the unknown composition of the objects. Since all tests thus far have demonstrated that neither SCP-225-1 nor SCP-225-2 can be damaged or moved by any known means, There is the possibility that neither object would be annihilated, halted, or altered even upon contact with the other. If this is true, a collision between SCP-225-1 and SCP-225-2 could potentially data expunged. In such a scenario, planetary evacuation may prove insufficient, and data expunged should be initiated, provided time allows before data expunged.